In this brief video, we will cover crafting a chronological resume. If you receive an at-risk notice from the Office of People Services, also known as HR, we will request a thorough chronological resume that will be used to assess your potential layoff option. A chronological resume lists your experience in reverse chronological order, meaning you will list your current position first, then the prior position, and so on until you reach your first relevant experience. The resume we have on screen is just one example of how you might consider structuring the chronological resume. We recommend including the following sections, but yours may include more or less. Just be sure to represent your full skill set and experience. First, we'll start with the contact information. Be sure that we have your full name, phone number, and email address. Your home or mailing address is not needed. Next, we have the professional summary or summary of qualifications, number of different ways to word this section. This is a brief statement summarizing your relevant experience, skills, and qualifications. It's generally recommended that it's tailored to the position you are applying for. However, in the resume you'll be sending to People Services to assess layoff option, you can make this a more broad summary of your experience and qualifications. I like to think of this section as long as it's, employment summary or professional summary. Considering it like what would an elevator pitch be? If somebody asked you about your job or summarize your career for me, what would you say? That's kind of a good starting point to consider how you would craft that statement. Next, we have knowledge, skills, and ability. This is where you'll highlight relevant competencies, and it can include both technical skills like project management and coding, as well as people focused skills such as communication, team leadership. Be sure to keep it brief and to the point. Typically, it's about this length. If you're using bullet points, it might be a little bit longer. But again, please don't worry about the length of this document for the layoff assessment. Next, we have experience, and this will likely take up the largest section of your resume. We recommend being thorough for each position held, including details about what you did, what you were responsible for, other relevant experience. Be sure to include your position title, company or agency, and the time spent in each position. We recommend using action verbs with your bullet points about the work you did in the role, achievements, and or knowledge gained from the experience, and including metrics whenever possible. So again, be thorough for each position held. So let's just use this one for example. If I have experience conducting analysis of new and existing position descriptions to determine allocation. If I have been responsible for this activity in every job I've held, include it in this resume for every job you've held. Some positions do require a certain level of experience or years of experience. So we definitely want to ensure we're capturing all of the work you've performed at every position. So as we scroll through here, bullet points keeps it nice and clean, easy to review. Again, you'll notice here, we're not going to worry about length. Typically, if you're applying for a specific position, you want to keep it to one, no more than 2 pages. When we're looking at assessment options, it's helpful to have more information. And the final sections we have here is education. Be sure to include any relevant education in this section. You do not need to include graduation dates. Within this section, or if you have would like to create an additional one, you might consider adding relevant certifications such as PMP for project management or Incident Command Systems, ICS for emergency management. Any type of relevant skill set or training that you've gone through within your field of interest, I encourage you to include those as well. Just a few additional tips. You can use size font 10 or more. Page margins can be as narrow as 0.75 inches, so definitely take up that horizontal space. As I mentioned, it's okay for your resume to be more than 1 or 2 pages. Be sure to proofread and check the formatting, grammar, spelling, accept your track changes if you had used any of those. And I encourage you to read it out loud as well. Personally, I've found it tends to make me focus on anything that doesn't quite flow well, or also any corrections to grammar that need to be made. Please don't include pictures and graphics, just a text resume. If you have any questions, please check the Office of People Services Career Development site. We will continue to have other resources that you may pull from to include longer presentations and workshops. Please reach out to the talent acquisition team if you have any questions. Take care.